that naked
From California.
Checking in from the left coast where we take sound that combines sunshine with rhyme, move 'em around. Take it slow, watch the smoke we blow. Bring California swinging, this thing for show. Well, hey there, baby, doll, dance the go-go. Off a little mentally, I see it in slow-mo. Hollywood, the east side, hub city, and Frisco. Guys with the flyers, fires up in the disco. Whoa, whoa, oh, now here we go. Mira, delincuentes, bum rush.
Welcome to the Double I Show.
Incoherent idiocy.
I'm Sweet T, and with me as always,
RW King, what's going on, T? How you doing tonight?
oh, I'm doing beautiful.
Another beautiful Friday night in L.A., brother.
Oh, weather's great right now, actually.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's fucking gorgeous over here.
It is.
So we got to pay so much rent and fucking pay so much for our houses and shit, dog.
Well, because, I mean, come on, this is the land of milk and honey.
Yeah, milk this, man. There's nothing here. It's overcrowded. It's all fucked up. The inner city's all fucking trashed.
Yeah, but okay.
We're overcrowded, man.
Wait
Too
a
many
minute.
cars, bro.
Wait a minute. You've traveled a lot to other states, as well as I have.
Yeah.
Is there any other state you'd want to be in?
Yeah.
What state would that be?
Probably have a name like 2 or 3.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
See, that's hard for me because, I mean, you know, I love other states. Don't get me wrong. I love other states. But I don't know. Something about California, I always want to come back.
Yeah,
You know?
no, you're right. I mean, we're born and raised here. I think it's what we know. But, I mean, you know, I've been a lot of places, T. So, I mean, to me, I think there's other things that are more attractive to me. The thing that's killing me here is how fast it is in the city. The speed just doesn't stop. It's all night long, all day. Everything's a rush. You know, I want to slow down. I'm an old guy, right? So you go to these other slower towns, slower states, even in parts up in Northern California, just life slower.
Do you want me to take you out back, old Yeller?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. So, yeah, you know, looking at shit like that. So, you know, hey, man, I got to start looking at that stuff, dude. You know what I mean? So I'm looking to retire. I'm not going to retire here.
Yeah,
I'll go broke.
I guess it's
You know what
important
I
for
mean?
old guys like you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm, 15 years away, but still, man, 20 years away, whatever it is. But still, I got to think about it, right?
Nah, that's true.
You know, I can't just sit there and 2 years away. Okay, now I got to figure out where I'm going.
Just don't go to Florida. I will never visit you.
Man, you got to stop with that, dude. But, hey, thanks to everybody for listening, man. We appreciate you. You know, you guys have choices, and T's going to dog me again, my airline speech. But, hey, thanks for choosing us, guys. We really appreciate it. Plus all the feedback we get, man. We were talking about that pre-show. You know, myself, T, even Dr. X chiming in. You know, we definitely pub our show, and, you know, we wear our swag, and we do our stuff. People know about us, and, you know, locally and whatever else, you know, the guys that we talk to. And, you know, everybody really just, they love the show, man. And we just want to say thanks because you guys are sort of the driver of this.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really what it's about.
It's all about the driving force, and the driving force is the audience. You know, you guys are into what we're talking about, and we enjoy doing it. We really love it, and it kind of keeps us kind of going. It keeps us on our game, too, because we're trying to one-up ourselves every single time. That's a little hard.
Yeah.
That's a little hard to do, but we're trying.
And I mean, I know, you know, we were talking about that, you know, even pre-show, and you and Dr. X use that term, you know, we just got to get better every show. I think what we have to do is we just have to make sure we give some good content, man.
Agreed,
You know,
but
we
getting
just-
better is with the content.
Well, we have to get better personally. The show, I think, at some points, I think the stuff in there is pretty damn good. We just have to do better delivering it. You know what I mean? So I think
But
that's...
see, that wouldn't be us because we are the incoherent idiots.
Yeah, man, but sometimes, man, we're too incoherent, dog.
That's true. That's
You know what I
true.
mean? We just got to put
At
it
least
out
we
better.
at least we live up to our name.
Well, fuck, look how many times we talk after the show, and I got to tell you, you got to shut up and let me talk, dude, because you get on these rants and I can never talk.
Well, there's that, but how many times have I told you the exact same thing?
Well, that's what I'm talking about, sarcasmo.
Right.
Being a little sarcastic.
Yeah,
there.
I know.
So, yeah, well, you know, you caught it a little bit late, but that's all right.
What? Something was said. Fuck it over.
Fuck, dude, will you stop it, dude? Because I remember that episode, dude, and when you say that, I'm picturing his face because he's looking around like,
wait,
yeah,
something was said.
Yeah, so fuck, dude, stop it, dog.
All right, Kink,
Right.
so what do we got this week,
Well,
man?
we got all sorts of shit going on today, the usual stuff, man, you know, but hey, we're going to start off with a little bit of a crazy hot topic today. And there was some shit popping this last week, and then we started talking during the week, and, you know, reality was we had another topic picked. But when we started talking about this, man, I think we sort of both realized, you know what, man, this is something pretty important.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we're going to talk about, and I think it sort of affects probably a big percentage of our listeners, if not all of them, and we'll talk about how, is video games in our society.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So why don't you go and kick this thing off a little bit, T, and let's get rolling.
Well, so it depends on the way that you're looking at it when you say video games in our society. You know, you can take the positive route or you can take kind of the negative route. And, you know, a lot of people go down that negative rabbit hole. It's easy to do. You know, a lot of people are like, well, you know, the first person shooter games, this and that. And they start trying to blame video games for this. It's much like when they started doing that with the heavy metal music back in the 80s, right? I mean, they start censoring it. They start putting all of the much like how the rock music got with the parental advisory, video games have that too. And yes, some of them are violent, and that's where parents have to be parents though, right? Don't you think, King?
Well, yeah, but I wasn't even thinking of it in that terms. To me, that's just a small little branch of this thing. To me, when I'm thinking about video games in our society, I'm talking about the effect it has and sort of how it sort of changes genres and changes generations, and it affects generations. You know, I mean, for me, when I was growing up, there wasn't really video games when I was a little kid. Now that's really all the kids know. And even the workspace is changing. Technology is changing. Things are changing for them. You know, we talked about a lot of things pre-show, and to me, I think one of the astonishing things is that there's over 30 major colleges and universities in the United States that are offering active scholarships for gamers.
That's right.
And I think that's sort of more the rabbit hole I wanted to go down, was sort of that effect on society first, not the negative or the positive, because I think any aspect you talk about it, there's a negative and a positive.
Right.
But I'm just talking about it in general sense. And that's sort of how I like to always look at these topics, T. Instead of having an opinionated side of it, let's throw it out first, and then we can argue points. Because, I mean, think about it. This shit started in the 70s, right?
It did. It really did.
So I think we had a little bit of an argument or misunderstanding on the first video game.
Correct.
Right?
But not necessarily. I mean, you were saying first video game, and what I was trying to talk about was the first console. When we first started pitching this idea.
So what was the first console you came up with?
So the first console was the Magnavox Odyssey. It was in 1972, and it was the first home video game console that can technically be connected to your television set. That was the very first one.
Right, and I remember the Odyssey too, and I remember its competition. I think they came out probably similar times, and I bet you the Odyssey probably beat Atari's Pong. Because Pong came out that same year.
Yes.
So and I remember both those consoles when I was younger. And you got to think of just where video games have evolved since Pong, right? I mean, really, it was just a bleep on a screen, a little square that wasn't even round, and you're hitting it with two squares, just like tennis.
Yeah.
That was huge back in the day.
I remember that.
If people had Pong, like neighbors would come over to play and shit.
Okay, but now you're dating yourself, because there's going to be young kids that are listening to this, and we call them kids.
Right,
but
irregardless of what it is, it's the truth. And that's sort of what I'm putting out there, is how relevant this was to our society when it first came out. And it never stopped. It only grew in popularity.
And I think I don't think that anybody ever thought that it would have an effect on the society necessarily. You know, I think most people thought it was just either a fad or just, you know, something that kids played, and then that was it. I don't think anybody ever realized the potential of what it could be, kind of in terms of how it is now, right? Because if you're going to start going down that rabbit hole of the effect on society, not just about, like, you know, of course you got scholarships now, like you were talking about for the League of Legends for esports, but, you know, the other rabbit hole that you got to go down to is now you got military implications now. So, you know, they're taking these young kids that are of age and they're going into the military, and what are they doing? They're flying drones.
Well, yeah. I mean,
why? Because it's all video game consoles to them.
Correct. You know, so, I mean, getting back to almost like the stuff I was talking about, I mean, the thing that gets me, too, in this is the revenues that are generated by some of these guys. You know, and the reality is these kids don't need an education. They come out of, you know, they're still in high school, get ready to get sponsors and whatever else. And the biggest guy out there, right, is Ninja.
Right.
Tyler Blevins. So they're saying basically this guy's making $500,000 a month just on his live streams of his gameplay, you know, and the revenues he gets from that.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I mean that
so-
guy's huge.
Last year, they
Huge.
said his reported income was 10 million.
That's sick.
That's sick.
You know, and he just made a big announcement just the other day. Actually, I think yesterday he made a huge announcement. He's leaving the Twitch platform, which is a live game streaming platform. He's leaving it because he's going to another one called Mixer. It's another new and up and coming streaming platform for gamers. Because that's the other thing right now is everybody wants to watch him play video games. It's not even playing it yourself. It's just watching him play it.
Right. So you know that basically he's getting a ton of money for switching.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And the other part of this too is his wife is his manager. So
Smart
all the
woman.
all the
Smart
money's
woman.
staying in the family.
in the family.
But the other part of this is sort of affecting these video games, T, is social media. Because these guys have so many followers, and that's what makes them so popular. It demands the money that they get.
Oh, yeah.
Because the proof is there that guys are following them.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have hundreds of millions of, or 14 or 100. What's his number of followers? 14 million or 114?
I'm not sure
He's got a
exactly.
shitload.
He's got a shitload.
But
I think it's
yeah.
like 1.4 million or something like that, or
So
maybe 114 million. I
and
don't
they're,
know.
you know, they're saying this guy Blevins is really like his big thing was his popularity came from Fortnite too. But I thought this guy was around before that.
No, it was strictly built on Fortnite.
Yeah, and, that's
My,
what
and the
they're
only reason why I
saying.
know that is because I have a 17-year-old son who plays Fortnite, and that's what he told me.
Wow, man. You know, I mean, really, it's just like, it's weird, man, how these guys just can make money hand over fist thinking that it's just a drop in the bucket. If they're paying this guy, you know, $500,000 a month, that's nothing at what they're making.
So Dr. X just looked it up for you real fast. So streaming, he has 14.5 million followers as of July 7th, 2019.
Yeah, I knew it was like 14. I didn't know if it was 14 or 114. I had read it before. So, but
Yeah,
that's huge, T.
that's massive.
You know, and fuck, I mean, the reality is even if you have YouTube downloads of 1 million, you get a big check from YouTube.
Huge checks.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean,
Hands over fist.
this guy's making a ton of money.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just ridiculous how basically these followers are probably not even adults.
No,
You know what I mean? They're all kids, but the
They're
fact of the matter
teenagers.
is he's got so much exposure, they got to pay him.
that's all that
It's
matters.
demanding the money. And that's sort of, look at the whole thing is based around video game. So, I mean, yeah, this guy's cool as fuck. He's got his blue or his green hair, whatever the fuck it is. He did. He was in the fucking 100-year anniversary NFL commercial
He was.
with all the fucking NFL guys.
He
He was
was.
a butler
And-
in that fucking thing.
and that was a
or a
dope-
waiter.
He was a waiter.
Yeah,
that was
a
a
butler,
that was
waiter,
a
whatever.
freaking awesome commercial too.
Yeah, dude. So this fucking guy was in that
He's
thing.
big, man.
He's huge, dog. Everybody knows him.
But they're trying to. That was the NFL's attempt to try to appeal to the younger generation.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They got to
You
stay
know,
fresh. You
right.
know what I mean?
They
So
got to stay relevant.
They probably pay that guy fucking a grip of money to be in that
Oh
thing
hell
too.
yeah!
You know what I mean? He probably he wouldn't do something like that for free, yeah.
No, hell no.
Right? It's
Hell
just,
no.
Yeah, it's big money for him, right?
You know what? Did you hear? Did you hear about this kid, Kyle? I can't even pronounce his last name. Gearsdorf,
That's the fucker who won $3 million
Yeah,
this week,
dude.
Again, a kid
16 years old,
won $3 million.
$3 million.
Fuck.
And did you know though?
Do you know how many guys, lazy ass motherfuckers, were laying on their mom's couch thinking that was their out for their whole life?
Okay,
I have to win this.
King.
I have to win it, bro. Fuck.
King, let me ask you this.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I know you're a golf guy. You enjoy golf.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the Masters purse this year?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I'm not that big. into it.
2.07 million.
Okay.
So this kid won more than Tiger Woods did in the Masters. Put
Yeah,
that
okay.
into perspective. Playing video games.
Right, exactly. But that's okay. So, how long has Fortnite been out? This is the first time I heard of a big thing like this. So it's their first big.
No. They've been out for about 3 or 4 years now.
So they have other ones where guys won millions. Is that the first time I've heard that? And
No,
they're making
there was a champion last year. There was a champion prior
every
to
year?
Yeah.
What did they get?
I think
It's
this is the
about the
biggest.
same?
I think this is the biggest purse that they've had so
Okay.
far. But I mean, still, that's bigger than
But
the
I
Masters.
didn't. How come they don't pub it if it's like $1 million or $2 million? That's still huge.
What do you mean?
I didn't hear
what,
about
what do
it.
you mean by pub? Like, I mean,
Okay, dude. The $3 million shit. I heard about it on a sports radio show.
okay, no, but what do you mean though? I mean,
I didn't hear about nothing
you mean
before that.
prior
ever.
to this?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they had. It just wasn't kind of on the radar because we are talking from a social, right? Like, what does it do to society? And so I think now
So then you're saying basically, do you feel in the last year this thing has just grown leaps and bounds where it's in the mainstream now?
it is. It's kind of climbing out of your parents' basement.
Well, it's
And
almost,
now it's getting
what
in.
I said in the beginning, right? If you're not someone who's a gamer, this is still going to affect you because you have children.
Yes.
And anybody who has younger children right now has to deal with video games, right?
I guarantee you my son is at home right now and he's on his Xbox with his buddy and they're gaming.
You know, I think, you know, as far as like your son, he's a little bit older. He's older in high school. He's got his shit together. You know, he's got his priorities. He does his homework. He does his shit.
Yeah, he gets great grades.
But I think one of the problems to me I can see here, T, is the younger kids and the habits that they build and their parents let them build because it's easy.
You're right.
They're in there for hours and hours and I don't even hear them.
Not a peep.
Not a fucking peep.
Not
Dude,
a
it's the best
fucking peep,
babysitter in the
man.
world, bro. Right? But what's it doing to these kids?
What's it doing to their brains?
Let me tell you a story, dude. A good friend of mine at work, you know, and we talk a lot. And we were talking about the subject today, as a matter of fact, because he always asks me, hey, what are you guys going to talk about on the podcast?
Right.
So I was talking to him, and he made a comment to me, and it's sort of like, you know, I started thinking about it after. And, you know, he really opens up to me, and I maybe it's a little personal, but I got to put it out there because I think it sort of touches me, and it could touch a lot of people. And he has a younger son, two younger sons. I think one of them's maybe, I want to say, between 6 and 8.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's playing video games, just getting into it,
Yeah, of course.
but getting like addicted to it, wanting to play all the time. He said he started noticing a change in his son, like a little bit. You know what I mean? Like he was getting more aggressive, especially when he couldn't play,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
So he said, you know what? I got to cut this out. So he said he cut it out, and he said it was pretty bad for a couple weeks, like almost going through withdrawals.
It's addicting.
And then he sort of like went back to normal.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I got to be careful on how much exposure I give these games to him at this age. And when he told me that, I was just sort of like, man, you know what? You know, power to you, bro. You know, you did a good thing.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about it after he left, and we weren't talking, and we're like, fuck, how many parents just, like we just said, man, it's easy. The kids, it's like a new babysitter for them.
It is. It completely is. And, you know, it's kind of funny that he actually noticed that.
Right?
Because, you know, like you were saying, my son's older. He's in high school. But when he was, I want to say, when he was in junior high, I started noticing that in him. And we would get into arguments over it. Now, you and I grew up when the consoles were just hitting. I was a kid when the first Nintendo came out. I went down that same road. I started to get addicted to it. You know, we were just talking about the Tecmo Bowl football. You know, those types of games. I was addicted to those. And I can genuinely say I was addicted. I saw that with my son. Now, my son actually kind of recognized it after a while, after we kind of went a couple rounds back and forth. And then all of a sudden, it just clicked to him. He's like, Dad, you're right. And so what he started doing was he started taking the cable, the power cable, off of the Xbox and giving it to me. So during the week, during the school week, he would just say, here, Dad, put it away somewhere where I don't get to it. And then on weekends, on a Friday night, I would give it back to him. And then Sunday, I would get it back.
Right. And see, that's what I'm talking about. But how many of the parents out there aren't doing
There's
that?
tons that don't.
You know, and I think it may even lead to other things. It can lead to social ineptness.
Yes.
It can lead, I mean, these lack of social skills in these younger generation is a little bit, you know.
It's scary.
It's troubling, man.
It's troubling. It
they
really
can't
is.
even have a conversation.
No.
They're all about texting. They would rather sit here like 2 feet away from each other and text each other rather than really have a conversation. Not
just that. There's another aspect, and I think you're not really too keen to this, and I've noticed this with my son, and this is how I know, is the entire world, and this is probably another topic for us to discuss at a different time, is YouTube. Everything is YouTube. When right now he's learning how to drive, and I'm talking to him because he's not paying attention. I'm like, how are you going to know this if you're not paying attention? Well, he's like, well, I can YouTube it. Dude, YouTube doesn't tell you everything, and not everybody on YouTube is doing it correctly. It's not a babysitter. It's not an instructor. It's not a teacher. You know, yeah, it can help you, but it's not the be all end all. And his generation, it's all about YouTube. You know,
I'm actually jumping on the YouTube train, dog.
No, you are.
know
You
what
are.
I mean?
I did because of him.
Yeah.
You know, a few years
actually,
back.
it's held me out of a couple jams,
No,
dog. You know what I mean?
nothing against it in that regards. But let's face it. Okay, you know, this is their generation. It's just click, 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 and it's like, no, it's not going to tell you how to react in an emergency situation while you're driving.
Right. So let's jump back, back to game because we got off on another thing.
On a little bit of a tangent.
But anyway, what it is again, you know, let's talk about how popular these games are and which games are the most popular. T. So, do you know the 3 top selling video games of all time?
Top 3 selling video games of all time?
Yeah, let's start with number 3.
Fuck, I don't know, Donkey Kong?
Right. Well, okay, so I was thinking, like, right, I had to be like a top one. I mean, I always thought like Mario Brothers.
Yeah, that would be one.
To me, that was so big, right? Mario, right? Yeah. And then all the Mario shit.
Right.
And I guess they probably don't count all the off games. They're separate. They don't group them as one. But Mario was so big back in the day.
It still is.
It's still huge.
Okay, I'm gonna come clean. I have a Nintendo Switch.
Okay,
it's their latest gaming console.
All right.
And I play Mario Odyssey, which is their new Mario game on there. I fucking love that game.
Mario
Odyssey
was 5th all time.
Really?
Yeah, it's only like, and I don't get. It's a Forbes list from last year, $40 million in sales. It just doesn't sound like a lot.
Well,
but that's in the United States only.
Yeah, but that's still not that much when you consider what the cost of the new games are and how much they sold. When Mario back then, it's kind of like movies. When they start saying, oh, well, this movie overtook the top #1 box office type thing.
Yeah, no, I know, man. I know it's like apples to oranges now, you know, because they're like $60, $70. But do you know what the number 2 was?
What was that?
Wii Sports, dog.
I love Wii Sports.
Well, we were talking about that pre-show, right? And wasn't the big craze back then? Everyone's getting fat because they're playing video games.
Right.
But now Wii Sports came in. Now you got to exercise.
It got you involved, but then they had the pad. Remember, there was that pad that you had to try to balance on, and you weeble wobbled all over that damn thing.
Well, yeah, we did that shit at your place.
Yeah, remember you took a header.
Fucked up. Yeah, exactly. But I didn't like that thing too much.
Fucking hilarious.
And then they had like tennis, and they had some other shit.
Yeah,
right?
it was a lot of fun.
And you got to swing your arm like a tennis racket,
right? Until I found out you really didn't have to swing it like that.
You just move it like a rear wrist.
Your wrist. And everything. And I just sat there and fucking.
Well, then that's no fun, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Wii Sports, when it hit, and you got to think, if that came in number 2 all time, they don't sell Wii Sports anymore, do they?
No.
So how long do you think it was out?
4 or 5 years, 6 maybe.
So in that small time, all these other ones, wow, I didn't even say number 3, T. I jumped from number 5 to number 2 because you keep jumping the script, man. Mess me up.
All right, well, what is it?
All right, okay, well, let's start over, T. So the number 3 then was Minecraft.
Oh, well, yeah, I can see that.
What is Minecraft? You see, I'm not a gamer, dude. Which
it's
one was
awful.
that?
It's just pure awfulness. My son loves it. It's okay. It's a modern game, fully fucking pixelized, like if it was like a asteroid game, Asteroids. Okay.
Right.
Do you remember the shitty pixelization on the old games?
Asteroids?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. But you know, like nowadays, right?
But it's asteroids.
No, it's not asteroids. I'm saying
what's the game?
Pixelization.
Nothing. I don't give a fuck about the pixelization.
Nothing. You're going around just building fucking villages and you got thing that raids you and it's stupid. And it's blockhead. Everything's in blocks and everything. It's just horrible. It's horrible. It's like, oh, it's fucking horrible. My son still plays it. He's a teenager and he laughs because I hate it. But you know, Microsoft bought them out and Microsoft is pumping the shit out of that thing.
Actually, we were right, T. See, man, the heat's getting to me a little bit, bro.
What's it? Okay, fuck, dude. You're the one with the fucking thing.
Well,
it's your list.
Okay, look, no.
It's your list.
Wait a minute. Dr. X made the list.
Right.
Then I double checked the number and it was wrong. So see, look at I put the number on the side. So we were right. Wii Sports was number 3.
Right.
Quit messing with me, man.
Well, talking to the mic.
Dude, what?
Talking to the mic.
That's a lot of nuts.
Dude, fuck. Anyway. Oh, fuck, man.
There you go. Turn your mic.
Yeah,
There
whatever,
you go.
man. So number 3 was Wii Sports.
Okay, yeah.
Number 2 was Minecraft. Wii Sports in that 4 or 5 year span made $82 million back in the day.
Oh, that's fucking nice.
That's huge, right?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Minecraft to date, $106.8 million.
I don't even know if Microsoft, I don't know what they Dr. X, find out how much did Microsoft pay for that? Because they bought that, and it was already a
They
juggernaut.
paid the game? They bought the game? Or
They
the
bought
rights
the
to-
company and the rights to the game, and it was already a juggernaut when they bought it.
Wow. So what do you think the number one video game of all time is, dude? Best-selling video game of all time?
Pac-Man.
You know what? That's a perfect
Or
guess,
Miss
dude.
Pac-Man.
Right?
Because
Weren't
Miss
those things
Pac-Man was
huge?
even bigger than Pac-Man.
Dude, those things were crazes, dog. Do you remember when you probably weren't because you weren't that old, and I wasn't even that old yet, but they had these tables in these restaurants and bars, and you used to be able to sit there, and it was like a table.
You know, I've been trying to buy one.
They're pretty cheap right now.
No, they're not.
Really?
No, not for the OG ones. You can get the replica ones for about anywhere from $400 to $600, but I'm trying to get the original ones. You know, and those original ones can go up to, I don't know, like $3,000 or $4,000. They're hard to find.
The number one selling video game of all time, Tetris. Are you into Tetris?
I love Tetris.
I didn't like it. That's the one with the blocks where you got to sort of fill it in. And
Yeah, I
fill
love
it out.
Tetris, man, with that ding, ding, ding,
To
ding,
date,
ding, ding.
$495 million.
Fuck. That's awesome, though. And think about it, though. There's so many modern versions of Tetris nowadays. You know, it's just, I'm not surprised. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but I'm not surprised. All right. So Dr. X just kind of got back to me. All right. So Minecraft.
Good thing you got a brain.
Right? Minecraft was sold on September 15th in 2014 to Microsoft for $2.5 billion. Okay. They bought Mahjong along with the ownership and intellectual properties to Minecraft.
That's nuts, man.
That is
That's
fucking
big
crazy.
money, man.
$2.5 billion.
With a B, dog.
With a B.
That's 999 million plus another million.
Right.
Is 1 billion.
1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. That's what I'm telling you. This is big money stuff. I knew Microsoft paid a ton for this thing.
You know, but it's not just the big money stuff, T. It's what we talked about, the effect to the society now, right? So now all these kids coming up, didn't we always used to say that too? Or I always thought we'd say it to my kids. You know, it's like, hey, man, you ain't going to be able to get a job playing fucking video games. Get off that shit.
Well, our mom used to say that to us all the time.
Now look at,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I mean, it's crazy.
Right? So, I mean, they really can. You know
This
what I
whole
mean?
esports and League of Legends is big money.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking. I'm touching on a little bit in the universities, right? All these
Right.
universities are tucked into those,
They're getting
right?
scholarships as like they were normal athletes. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if you've actually read about that stuff, but
Not really, just a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm not really into video games, T.
right. Well, let me. Okay, when I was starting the show and I was saying that there's a lot of positive and negative effects based off of society and everything. Let me give you some of the research that I did on some of the positive effects that these gamers get from society, from playing video games, and this is beneficial for society. 89% believe gaming is beneficial to society. So this is 89% of gamers. Okay.
Well, all right. That's
Of course, it's going to be slanted. Of course, yes.
that's a little bit slanted.
Okay. 44% say the most important benefit is improved emotional well-being. So they actually gain a lot out of
So they think this
gaming.
helps them with emotional function?
It's like a coping mechanism for a lot of them. So if you have anxiety, if you have any issues like that, that's what they're
Sounds a little bit like a cop-out, right? An excuse to play.
kind of. I
mean,
mean,
that's to me.
I'm pretty sure there's some therapists out there that are going to say different, but yeah. 93% say that media's obsession with linking violence and video games is not justified. Okay. Now, I'm going to segue a little bit and kind of touch on, or I'm going to let you touch on some of the things that we saw when we were doing some research on this that just happened recently.
Well, yeah, and I don't believe that last statement at all because of the things we've been reading.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't believe any of that stuff, but that the last statement you made just based on, the things we've been reading. There's a lot of stuff tied into these things, manifestos written about guys who've, looked at games like Halo, things like that. We were on a website, man, and it just had 8 instances of people that committed the ultimate crime that had to do with video games. The first one was a 25-year-old man who basically lost to a 9-year-old boy in a video game and got so enraged he stabbed him to death and massacred him.
That's sick.
Another one was a young man, a teenager, who wasn't doing his homework, wasn't doing his things. He was playing video games. So his parents took away the video game console, put it in a locked cabinet where they keep the family gun, the handgun, where he was taught to protect themselves if they need to protect themselves. And he stole the key, found the key, went in there to get the game console, got the gun, and shot his parents.
Damn.
Because they took it away from him. And these are just a couple examples, T. We looked at one where these guys dressed up like Fortnite in Brazil just the other day. You know, they had these Fortnite costumes characters on, and they went on a shooting rampage at a school in Brazil.
That's sick.
So there is an effect on these kids socially.
There was the other one that I saw when we were going through this, and I brought it to your attention. It was a 45-year-old man, and he was arrested for threatening to shoot an 11-year-old kid who beat him at Fortnite.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. At least he didn't do anything. He just threatened him. You know, this guy, he massacred him with a knife, a 9-year-old boy.
Yeah.
I mean, and the other one shot his parents for taking away his video game.
That's crazy.
You know, and these things happened the last couple of years. It wasn't like they happened back in the day, and this is the history of it.
Right.
You know, these things are happening a lot, and just the one in Brazil just happened 2 or 3 days before we record. So these things are happening all the time, and these things are big influences on our society. I'm just going to throw another one out there, too, dude. What about Columbine? Didn't the manifesto talk about video game?
You know, I don't remember that.
I think it did. And now that we're talking about that, I really think it did. And I think that, again, you start looking at, we even talked about that being the turning point for these kids because they actually saw something happen with kids doing it. Well, and it changed a lot. Because then you had like the Santa Monica College kid, you had all these guys. And it sort of like was an epidemic almost.
You know, it's kind of weird though, because I mean, are you one of those ones that feel, those types of people that feel that these violent video games kind of desensitize kids?
Yeah, I do. A little bit. I mean, they see it all in these video games. It's like nothing to them. Okay, let's go in the real world. No, it's a video game. No, it's a real world. What are they? I mean, they can't. I don't know, man. It just, to me, it does desensitize a little bit.
All right, so Dr. X did a little bit of research, and yeah, the manifesto did mention it.
What did it mention?
It just said that there was a lawsuit that came out after Columbine, but the suit was actually dismissed because it said that it didn't have any merit because it was against the video game maker of Doom. So that was one of the original first-person shooter games. Actually, it was the original first-person shooter game.
So it was Doom that they mentioned. That's really what I was getting at, just the point that there was something involved there.
Yeah.
Didn't care about who was getting sued, but the point is that, yeah, it does affect society.
Yeah.
And it affects them negatively. And these are perfect examples of that because they're all around. And it's in a lot of different areas all over the world. And it's just crazy. You know, I was in Japan one time, T, and I remember it was like a Saturday or Sunday, and it was completely early in the morning. Nobody was out on a weekend like a Saturday, and we had to travel for something. And we're driving, and all of a sudden we pull up through the city, and there was this crowd of, I want to say, 1,000, 2,000 people, and they were just standing around. And we asked what it was, and there was a banner, I guess, in Japanese, and the person with us said that a new video game was coming out, and that was the store that was going to have it.
That was the line for it?
That was the line, yeah. So it was just like, I mean, I didn't even know what it was.
Right.
But it was just like, they were saying even in Japan, there's actually more releases of more video games because they have different companies out there too.
Yeah.
You know, so it's it's different.
Well, the one thing I like about the new Nintendo Switch, and it's not even that new anymore, but one of the things you can do is everything's done by region, meaning it asks where you are, right? And you say USA when you're creating your profile. When you can create another profile, and you can say that you're in Japan. And next thing you know, when you have access to the Japanese store online, and you could download the Japanese versions of those games or games that are not released anywhere else other than Japan. So if you're a hardcore gamer, at least Nintendo allows you to do that. Kind of to your point right now that, you know, they have other releases, they have all kinds of other stuff that you don't get here.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing for a lot of people. You know what I mean? So we have to make sure that, you know, things like this, I mean, to me, I think as parents, you just have to know your children.
You do.
right? Because I think some children with different personalities be affected differently.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the whole thing here is just that you can't have a blind eye to this, and you have to understand how powerful the effects are of these games and how influential they are on our younger generations. And I think that the bottom line here and what I'm trying to say is that at all points, we have to know what our kids are doing. We have to know what is happening to them and what these effects are having on them. And if we don't have enough time and take enough time to figure that out, we can have some problems.
Well, I think, King, it's all about moderation. You know, I mean, this whole thing is moderation. You have to have a balance. You know, the biggest problem that I see too is kids don't play outside that much anymore. They're not as active outside, running around, playing. They are when they're really little, but when they start getting into their teens or their early preteen type of stage, they really don't. Everything's all about being on the computer or being, behind a video game console. So you got to get them out. You got to get them more active, and you got to have that balance,
Well, yeah, no, and it's easy for us to say that here, and there's some folks that are challenged to do that, single parents, things like that, who don't have time working a couple jobs. We understand.
Yeah.
But you still have to invest that time because those children are more important than anything you're doing.
Oh, yeah. I
And
mean, we were
that's
raised
sort
by
of
a
my
single
point.
parent.
And that's sort of my point, T. I think it's much tougher nowadays, when you have younger children nowadays because they're exposed to so much with social media, things like that. It's a lot
crazy.
harder.
It's crazy now.
So, just do the best you can out there, folks. And you know what? If you're one of those gamers, man, more power to you. Maybe you'll be the next guy to win $3 million.
And if you do,
hey, man,
give us a call, let us know, or drop us an email or something, and we'll have you on the show.
Sounds great, man. I'm thinking I'm happy for the guy. He can throw a party.
Oh, that's a pretty big party that he's going to be throwing, that's for sure. Unless his parents really kind of have him grounded and he decides to squirrel away that money so that he can...
Oh, I can tell that 16-year-old dude how to spend that money, man.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, man. So let's go ahead and get moving, man. This topic was big, T, and I think it's something that's really pressing in our society. So I'm glad we talked about it.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get on to the man's corner, bro.
Man's corner.
So what are we talking about today, T?
Oh, this one is a good one. I think a lot of our listeners are going to really love this one. This one is kink or fetish.
Yeah, man. So remember we talked a couple weeks ago, maybe it was even last week's episode, and we're talking about gross things, and we talked about sucking toes.
Yeah.
And then you popped off and said, hey, Dr. X, write it down, so that next time we talk about some things that are what guys like that are kinky. All right, man. So here it is. So I'm going to start out, dude.
All right.
So easy things, right? I mean, when the first thing that guys talk about, and it's just saying that they have, hey, do you got a fetish? Are you into kink? Right? I think the definitions there are a little bit different. Kink to me is a little bit, what did you say, like a little bit different things?
Well,
maybe props, maybe some role play,
foreplay, that
just
type
different
of things.
Just
yeah,
like little,
fetish is way different, I think.
Well, I think fetish could be anything from sucking toes,
right,
to big breasts, to liking someone with, or even types of sex. I knew a guy who only had a fetish for doggy style sex.
Right.
That's all he wanted to do.
That's all he wanted to do.
Yeah, and his old lady was like, bro, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do me some other way.
Well, there's the whole kind of a hot, hot wax on your body. That's a fetish.
That's more kink, dog, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's more kink than fetish because fetish is more of a like what you like. Kink is an action, more of an action, right? So even like kink would be guys like to get tied up, right?
Yeah, that would be a kink.
More fetish would be like I like my balls tickled with a feather when I'm tied up.
Ooh.
Right? Or something like that.
Wait, note to self. Let me try that.
Oh, man. No, dude. I'm not into tickling, bro. Like, bitch, don't be tickling me.
Wait. Okay, so I gotta, this is a legit question. Where would the furries land in all that shit? Would that be kink or fetish?
What is a furry?
You don't know what a furry is?
Okay, dog. No. Yeah, you're throwing stuff out there. What's a furry?
Well, no, because you know a lot about this shit. I'm surprised.
I do. I don't know what a furry is, gerbil boy.
So a fucking furry are people who dress like animals, and they kind of get off on it, it's not necessarily sexual, but for them, I guess that would be a fetish, right?
Yeah, it's a fetish.
It's like they get a mental stimulation off of it, and it's almost like having sex. For
Well,
them.
think of it this way, right? There's a lot of guys out there, and I know this for a fact because I saw I guess it's like a documentary on it, and they have like these, I guess, groups where these guys have to go to try to break these habits. But these guys basically,
like a support group.
yeah, they get off dressing like babies.
Oh yeah, I've seen
You know
those.
what I mean?
Yeah,
They're getting treated like a baby.
yeah,
And there's millions of these guys.
right. And there's no sex involved.
No, but they're getting off on
They're
it.
getting off on it.
They're not, ejaculating or anything, but it's satisfying them internally.
The endorphins in their mind and everything is exactly.
Correct.
So that would
to
be
me-
a fetish, right?
Right. It's the same type of thing like dressing up like an animal to me or something like that.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like a furry,
Yeah,
like how they do it.
Hey, to me, I this is a new thing that's out, and I don't know how old this is, but, okay, for a girl, talking about kink or fetish, is a butt plug a kink or fetish? Or is it a prop? Is it just, or what about dildo use?
That would be a kink to me. I would think that
right,
would
because
fall,
you use a prop?
right because because
Okay,
it's something
so
that you
have you seen these things that are like butt plugs, but they look like a tail?
yeah.
I love those. I like them a lot. So is that...
Wait.
what-
So do you use them?
Well, I don't put it in my ass.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
It's for the girl.
Wait,
because they're like little,
what-
they're like a little foxtail or something like that,
So you could have a foxtail coming out of your ass,
bro. Okay, that'll look a little weird.
Wouldn't it be bitching if it was like purple and you could wear like a little unicorn horn coming out of the front?
Yeah, I'm not getting it, dude. But I'm still thinking about a foxtail coming out of a polar bear's ass.
What did the fox
Right,
say?
that's what I'm saying, dude. It just doesn't fit. So you're getting off topic here. So is that a kink or fetish?
That would be a kink.
Why? I'm not putting it in my ass. She is. I like the.
Oh,
you
you're
know what I
talking
mean?
about from your perspective.
Yeah, that's why we
Oh.
just see. You're not
Okay.
focusing, dog, because you're getting all excited. So maybe do you like the tails, dude?
No,
Dude.
no.
Dude,
No.
look at your face right now.
I know because I'm trying to
Dude,
concentrate.
you stick shit in your ass, dude? Do you put? Okay, look, like me, every once in a while I do a prostate massage.
Right, I'm sure you
You know what I
do.
mean? Sort of like milk that thing.
Right.
But your look right now sort of
No.
worried me, T.
No. I've never done that.
Your old lady peg you?
No. She's wanted to. She's wanted to. She threatens. She threatens me.
Because she's pissed off at you,
No.
like during sex.
Yeah, no. She threatens me, just like joking, you know.
Okay.
But no.
Well, that's what I just said, joking around. You said no.
No. That I've never done it. I'm saying
But maybe you're thinking about it
no.
because you got that weird look right now, T.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm just saying.
bro.
Look,
Yeah,
dude.
no, I don't think so.
Dude, stop smiling.
I'm laughing at you. You're making
It's
these
not a
fucking
laugh,
face.
dog.
That's laugh, G.
Anyway, dude, that's what I'm saying. Guys don't even know they have these kinks or fetishes, dog.
Yeah.
And the reality is, man, I think some of them are healthy. Right? I mean, hey, if they
I
make
think-
you
I
if
think-
they make you feel good
If they make you feel
and you
good,
have another
and then-
partner that wants to join in on that and make them feel good,
right, and you're not hurting anybody,
right, why not?
what's the big deal?
Right. I mean, it is what it is.
Now, some of them can get out of hand.
Right, exactly.
People can get hurt,
Right.
and that's when it kind of goes overboard.
Okay, man. So let me ask another question. So makeup sex, right?
Yeah.
When sometimes, I mean, to me, I used to date a woman and she was fiery, dude. I'm just going to say not wiry, but fiery.
Fiery.
Right. And, things used to get a little bit, not physical, but heated, right? And the makeup sex was great.
So,
And there were times where I wanted her just slug me, bitch. You know what I mean? Like cock me.
well, that's what I was going to ask. So was it rough?
Yeah, it was rough.
It was rough.
Yeah, it was rough.
Did you guys have a safe word?
No, nothing like that. Didn't choke or nothing like that.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
so it wasn't like a formal, like
No,
where,
no,
okay, this
no,
is the
no,
boundaries
no,
or
it's just
anything.
like, it's just
it
like,
just got rough.
Yeah, a lot, all the time,
Yeah.
always, which was good. I mean, we both enjoyed it, and it was good after.
So that's a kink for you.
Is that a kink?
Yeah.
Why is that a kink and not a fetish?
I think it could fall in between both. Don't you think?
Fuck, I'm sort of lost between the kink and fetish. All I'm
I mean-
thinking is, right, is sort of, I mean, either what it is, I mean, the bottom line is if you like it, your partner likes it, fuck, it's good, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It don't really matter. I'm no one to judge.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fuck,
Who
like
the
if you
hell are
want to
we to
walk around with
judge
that
that
thing,
shit?
that tail sticking out of your ass, dude.
Do it.
You know what I mean? I'm good with it. Your old lady pegging you, I'm good with it, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm no one to judge you, bro.
Neither am I.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just it. Like I really honestly, when you hear about stories, right? And you and I do a lot of research for this show, and we come up across a lot of shit, and we kind of laugh. We get a good laugh out of a lot of this stuff. But who are we to judge these people? Who are we to judge what people are into? I mean, as long as they're not hurting anybody, why not?
You know, my take on this, T, is it's the old saying, right? Those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Oh, absolutely.
In this sense, I probably live in a glass house, T. I've done a lot of shit, so I'm not going to fucking judge anybody.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
I've done
You'd be the
things
last person.
So I'm not into that, dude. So I'm fucking all for whatever anybody wants to do as long as no one gets hurt.
Right.
I'm not into getting hurt. You know, although
And
like
some
I
people
said,
like that, though.
well, yeah, I came out of one with a black eye once. You know what I mean? And I was all right with it. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But it's just how
So
it
you
goes.
kind of got a little bit of a kink from that.
Well, okay, it was a little bit of an accident, but not really. It was sort of.
It kind of got you off a little.
It did.
Yeah. So that's a kink.
Look, let me tell you something, T, and I'm just gonna throw this out too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the women I like fiery women
Okay.
because the sex is good.
Right.
You know, even if they're a little cray. I'm okay with it.
5150.
I'm good with
It's
it.
fun.
Dog. I'm good with it, dog. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's a little dangerous, too. There's that sense of danger
I
right
like
there.
the
That's what it
danger
is.
element, dude.
Yeah, that's what it is. You don't
Yeah.
know. Because if you fall asleep afterwards, you don't know if you're going to wake
you know
up.
What, you know, and the fun is, T, you start ghosting one for a couple months and they start stalking you and shit. Sort of fun, man.
Oh, fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, you just got to keep it in perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, I mean, it's pretty good, man. You know, so I'm just saying, T, I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that people look at and they look down on it. You know, look at you, man. I mean, how many guys suck toes? I know so many guys suck toes. I was asking that question this week.
Look,
You know what I mean? So I'm actually gonna make a compilation video of sucking toes.
I'm not saying that I look down on it because I don't look down on it. I'm just saying for me, it's kind of gross because I have OCD.
Yeah, no problem, dude. So I'm gonna make this compilation
yeah.
video when I'm sucking toes, and I'm gonna give you like a wink, wink every once in a while on the video. But I'm gonna bring it to you, do like a 5-minute shot.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to watch it.
I'm gonna put it all over the place.
You better not.
I am, dude.
You better not. And Dr. X, I swear to God, if you put this
He's
on my
already
monitor,
gonna help me, dog.
If you put this on my monitor, I will kick your ass.
Did you even say hi to him today?
We didn't.
I didn't ask if I did. I know I didn't. I asked if you said
I know. I said we. It's our show. You and I.
Okay, but look, dude, I asked the question.
No. And I'm answering that question.
No, you didn't, Dick. It's yes or no. Did you say what's up to him today?
No, we did not.
What's up, Dr. X? How's
What
it
up,
going?
babe?
Hey, Dr. X hanging in
Hey,
there
you
today.
know what? He's actually been really on the ball today.
No, he's right on it, man.
I mean,
and actually, yeah, you know, so hopefully we
Tons
got
of
all-
research stuff for us.
Not just that, but I think we had some volume issues the last couple of shows.
He's been
working hard, man.
Yeah. He's been trying
You
to
know?
get that thing fixed.
Yeah, you know, so I mean, hopefully everything's a lot better this week for you. You know, it looks like it sounds a lot better to us already.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have a little bit better success. Good shit, Dr. X. You're the man. But yeah, no, he's doing some good work today, some good topics today. But getting back to our kink and fetish, man, I mean, I think guys even think, right, at some point, if a guy, I'm not going to say addicted to sex, but a guy who wants to have sex a lot, is that a fetish of sex? Because this...
That's
okay,
not a kink, so it'd have to...
Okay, let me ask a question, too. Does a fetish have to be sexual?
No.
Right, it doesn't, huh?
No.
It doesn't.
Because we just finished
talked
saying-
about the guys that dress like babies.
And the
dress-
furries and...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Furry,
Yeah, so
not
no.
furry.
Yeah,
See,
the
when you say furry, I think like that foxtail out of that one chick's. Anyway, dude.
See, there you go
but-
again.
yeah, because it just... Oh, she was...
One track mind.
Yeah. she
One
had a
track mind.
Nice little foxtail.
Yeah.
She did, dude. I'm just saying. Sometimes I get lucky, T.
So,
Just...
what would you prefer?
Foxtail?
No, dick.
All right, go.
A
Sorry.
kink or a fetish? If you like, you know, like what would you say? Do you have more kinks or more fetishes?
How about this question? If you had a choice of two women,
Yeah.
and one was into kink, one was into more fetish, which one would you take?
Maybe kink.
I'm thinking 100% kink.
Yeah, I would probably go kink.
Yeah, just because I like the wild sex, dog.
Yeah.
I do. And hey, you know what? If it ends me right there, dude, and I have the big edema or whatever happens and that's it, I'm good.
Right.
Right? Go down swinging.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. And I've had that a couple of times where I thought, oh man, big stroke's coming. Here's the big one, Alice. Just keep finishing. You know what I remember? I told you the story about the fucking roofie I took, that fucking Viagra, dude.
What do you mean you told me this story? You started, bro, let me tell you. You started going crazy about this thing. Somebody roofied me.
Yeah, somebody roofied me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, somebody I trusted. But we're not going to get into that, man. So, yeah, closing this story up, T. I mean, to me, I'm not opposed to any of it. I'll try a lot of it. If a girl wants to try something new, it's just hard for me to really, like, I'm not into the pegging thing or nothing.
The what?
The pegging.
What's that?
What you do, dog. There you go with that look again, bro.
No, what's pegging?
Where your old lady puts on a strap on.
Oh.
And pegs you, bro.
Oh, like Deadpool?
Yeah.
Where he's like, nope.
And he's like,
Nope. That's what happened. That was a fucking great scene.
yeah. So, I mean.
I didn't even know that's what that was called.
Pegging, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
That's why I was like, what the fuck is pegging?
What do you call it when your old lady does it to you?
She doesn't do it to me.
There you go with that look again,
I'm
T.
telling you, she doesn't.
T, stop smiling, bro.
Dude,
You
you're
can't.
joking.
Oh, my
No,
God.
her and I joke around a lot
Folks,
about it.
Yeah. You
You know what
said
it's
that
called?
story already.
You know what we call it? You know what we call it though?
Folks were
The rabbit hole.
They got a name for his hole already.
Not
It's
my
the
hole.
rabbit hole.
No,
dog.
it's for everybody's hole. It's called the rabbit hole.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, folks, that we uncovered that rabbit hole for you. You know what I mean? But we're going to go ahead and move on, T. We're going to Did You Know, T?
The what?
Did you know?
Did you know?
So sticking with our gaming theme, man, I'm going to go ahead and let you take this one,
No,
T.
this is yours. This is all
Hey,
you.
you don't got to yell at me like if I'm getting in trouble. I just pass something off to
I
you,
know,
man.
but
'cause
this
I
is
talked for the last
all
20
you.
minutes.
This is all you.
I just talked for the last 20 minutes.
That's okay.
dude.
You go.
All right, man. So, did you know?
Did you know?
Sticking with our gaming theme, T, we're going to go ahead and talk about this one. And it's called Gaming is Out of This World. So, what was the first video game played in space? It was actually a Game Boy version of Tetris in 1993, T.
Well,
Tetris is a monster, right?
Yeah. It's been a monster the whole time.
I think I probably played that thing 5 times in my whole life.
I say, okay, I have it on my phone right now. I still play Tetris.
Okay,
to this
we
day.
talked about video games in another show,
Yeah.
and you said you were looking across at an addict. I haven't played a fucking video game in years.
Yeah.
You have them on your phone, you have a Switch,
Yeah.
and I'm the addict. All right, bro.
I didn't say you were an addict.
You did. You said I'm staring right at one right now. And I'm like, what are you talking
didn't
about, dude? I
say
was
that.
addicted to one game. We'll bring up the archive, dog.
Okay. Dr. X, get on that shit.
Yeah, he'll bring it up right now.
Oh, wait. Did I tell you the game that I'm playing currently right now that I'm kind of getting into on my phone?
No, man. What is it?
Hempire. You got to build your hemp empire. It's fucking awesome.
Fuck, dude. See what
I'm
they
digging
got
it,
out
dude.
there right now? Didn't they have one before that I saw? It used to come up sometimes like on that free ads on the Google, you know, when I download an app, the
Right.
Google Play Store.
Yeah.
And it was something about a dude growing weed. But this was like a couple years ago.
Really?
Has Empire been out for a while?
I don't know how long. I just discovered it maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
So you're on that shit right
I'm
now?
on it, dude. I'm building my hempire.
So you're doing your Chapo? Or what?
Dude, no. It's nothing like that. Right? You cultivate new strains, you sell it. You're actually building up the community while you're getting harassed by the police, but you're turning that profit and you're kind of redoing the whole community, bringing it back up to a nice level because it's like a whole crack town, right? So all the benches are all broken and stuff. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I've never, what was the other one too? Forge of Empire? Forges.
Oh yeah, Forge of Empire. I never liked it.
Isn't that the same kind of thing of building an empire kind of thing?
Yeah, but I just never got into it.
There was another popular one like that where you build cities, right?
So, well, there's Sims.
Oh, the Sims,
I mean,
right?
that's
That was
massive.
the biggest one.
That's the
right?
biggest
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, these video games that we talked about are just huge, man.
But that's kind of cool that Tetris was the first one played in outer space, though.
In 1993
on
by
a Game Boy.
Yeah, but it was a Russian space station or some shit. You know what I mean?
Well- Well, who the fuck invented Tetris?
Russian?
Yes.
Oh, well, fuck. I don't know, man. I'm not into video games, dog.
It was a Russian.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a Russian programmer.
Hey, T, did you hear about the double I taco guy?
No.
Yeah, man, we got our own taco guy.
Who?
His name's Omar, bro. Fucking, this is the best tacos in town. Guys, if you're in Southern California, you're going to have to call this guy. We're going to go ahead and work with him a little bit, T. He's going to be a sponsor on our show now.
I'm loving it, but where the hell was I when all this went down?
Well, me and Dr. X made the deal, bro.
Oh, that's why. See, I know Omar, too. He didn't say nothing.
And the fucking tacos are great.
Oh, his stuff is the bomb, man.
Hey, guys, you know what, man? If you guys need something, just give Omar a call. His number's 562-387-6091. That's right, man. Omar the Taco Guy.
So what's the deal? I mean, like, what is it they get?
Oh, well, I didn't want to tell him because I was going to get their cut, dog. But hey,
oh,
you
that's
know what?
messed up.
No, bro. What it is, okay? If you guys mention double or double I when you call him, you're going to get 10% off your order.
Oh, that's a hell of a deal.
Yeah, man. He does catering. He does parties. He does everything, bro. He's the best in town.
This guy's good, man.
Give him a call.
Los más buscados tacos. Por favor, llamar a Omar Osorio. Teléfono 562-387-6091.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and switch gears. Let's get into sports, man.
All right. That's you, man.
Yeah, no,
NFL.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff cracking right now. So it's already been about a week. You know, things are going on in a week already in the NFL. We love that song. But yeah, man, one of the big stories out of camp already is a couple guys went down. Biggest name probably A.J. Green. A.J. Green twisted his ankle pretty bad, got carted off the field in practice. And he had some ligament damage. He's going to be out about 6 to 8 weeks.
Didn't he have surgery, they said?
I'm not sure. Did he have surgery
Yeah,
today?
I think they said
he
he
might
had
be
surgery.
out a little bit longer, but what happens is they're saying that the field was just horrible.
Really?
And you start thinking, man, when you have this many guys out there making millions, you're going to do everything you can at the best field.
Why would you have such a poor field?
So, I mean, there's stuff going on. You know, another big injury is, big injury to a shitty-ass receiving core in the New York Giants is Sterling Shepard broke his finger. So they're saying he might not be ready for week 1. But Antonio Callaway, the guy that they traded for OBJ,
Yeah.
he tore his ACL today.
Oh, man.
So he's out for the year.
He's done.
So they're already trying to get guys in. I heard they're going to get Brandon Marshall. They're going to get a couple other guys. The guy I talked about that I didn't know where he landed up, I heard his name going there as a tryout, Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah.
So there's a couple guys going there that I've been talking about, not knowing where they're going to land.
Okay, the name escapes me, but you were big on him a few years ago from Pittsburgh. Why am I forgetting his name?
Pittsburgh.
And then he got traded to the Raiders. Why am I'm blanking on his name?
Antonio Brown?
No. This was before AB, but he was from Pittsburgh. He was a stud. He was like the number 2 to Antonio Brown.
Oh, that's Emmanuel Sanders.
No.
Yeah, that's who played.
Oh,
with
no, I'm
AB.
sorry. He was number 3. He was a number 3 option. And he got busted for weed.
Martavis Bryant.
There you go. I heard he was trying because he was kicked out for good, right?
He already, before the season ended, he applied for reinstatement.
Right. So what's going on with him? Have you heard anything?
It doesn't matter. He's a waste of talent. I mean, the reality is this guy just keeps getting popped. They may give him another chance. I don't think they will.
Right.
It's like, I can't remember the guy's name. I always want to call him Rolando Blackman, but that was the guy who played for the Dallas Mavericks. But his last name was Blackman, and he came out of Oklahoma State, was a stud receiver. Same thing, smoking weed, just kept getting popped. When he get back reinstated, as soon as he hit the field like Josh Gordon, just tear it up. No one could cover him. But then he smoked weed, test positive again, out. So
Yeah,
it's like, fuck, it's stupid.
Yeah, that was the name that kind of came to mind. Was what about a guy like him trying to make a comeback?
Yeah, no, they're really.
Because he was a good talent.
No, he is, but they're probably not going to worry about a guy like that. I don't think a lot of teams are going to give an opportunity, but it's not even up to the team yet because the league has to reinstate him.
True.
So now moving on past that, we still got holdouts, you know, and things are starting to shake out and get a little more clear. I think the big one that we talked about, T, and the one that's going to be an issue is Melvin Gordon. The team said, we're not going to give you any other offer. We're going to give you $10 million a year. He wants $13 million a year. So they're $3 million off. They basically told him, we're not even going to negotiate with you.
Yeah, they dug in their heels.
And he said, okay, then trade me. And his agent came out and said that they requested a trade. And the team has to give him permission to talk to other teams. And they haven't granted him permission.
Right.
San Diego, they'll be a dick, like I said, and they'll just hold on to him. And they'll take the hit on the salary cap. They don't have to pay him because he's not playing. And they're gonna ruin him. So I think this guy's he's gonna have to give a little bit. But we'll see what happens the next couple of weeks there. The other one is Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke is still holding out.
He's not in camp.
But here's the thing that's coming out too is I think what's going on is with the Melvin Gordon thing. They're sort of saying with these guys too, they don't want to be the guys. Jerry Jones, his son, the puppet, whatever his name is, came out and basically said, we don't want to be the guys that set the market. We want the market to be set before we set our guy. We'll take care of him. And basically what they've already said is they believe Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott are very good talents, but they're not going to be paid like number one guys. Jerry Jones came out and he made the comment, and I sort of agree with him, that Michael Thomas was overpaid. He's not a number one guy to command that money. He's like the number 4 or 5 best receiver in the NFL.
Right.
Julio Jones is going to be the next guy to make the money.
Yeah.
Julio Jones is one of the best guys in the NFL. He commands that money. Michael Thomas isn't there yet. He might be, but he's got to start worrying about an aging quarterback. And that's the thing that these other guys don't have to worry about right now. So Michael Thomas, all these guys, Michael Thomas just got paid 5 years, $100 million, but that doesn't kick in until after this year. He's only going to make 1.6 this year. But after this year, he's going to get a check for $61 million guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
So,
well, King, real fast, because I didn't want to interrupt you when you were in the middle of that. Didn't Todd Gurley set the market last year when he got his big contract for running backs? Didn't that set the market?
well, my thought was it's not just Todd Gurley, but also what Le'Veon Bell did.
Right.
So I don't understand the thought of Jerry Jones and his son. I can understand it with the quarterback and with the receiver.
Yeah.
But with the other guy, they got to pay him. They just got to pay him. I mean, to me, if I'm Zeke, I think he's got the most leverage out of them all. And he's basically saying, I'm making those other guys better, and you're just fucking wearing me down.
And he is.
And to me, I think he needs to get paid. So we record on Fridays, T. So yesterday was bliss for me. It was the NFL's first preseason game, the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
It's between the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons. The only guy that even played that I know, I think, was Matt Schaub. No, Drew Lock played, the quarterback that got drafted in the first round by the Broncos. He got whacked, too. Welcome to the NFL. So I love those hits, too. But
Yeah.
I mean, to me, man, I'm just so happy. Fucking NFL's back.
Right.
And just think about it. This weekend that's coming up is the last weekend until December where there won't be football.
Really?
There's a preseason
There's a
game.
preseason
every
game
game. Yeah, so not this weekend doesn't start preseason.
Right. The following.
Next Thursday starts it. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, you're gonna be. I'm never gonna hear from you again.
Yeah, exactly. So that's for the next 4 weeks, preseason.
Right.
Then you have the season that starts, and that doesn't end until December.
Right.
So basically, this is the last weekend of non-football weekend. I'm in heaven, bro.
You know that old Christmas song? It's the most wonderful time of the year. I think this is
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Ah. Is it bad to get a chubby?
It is bad.
Okay, all right. Then we won't talk about that.
Kink or fetish?
Kink.
Wouldn't that be a fetish?
No, because I use props, dog.
Footballs?
Football helmet.
Wait, do you put the little
The tape on my nose?
the black no
No, dog.
the black reflector tape on?
No, but I got this thing to do with a T. Anyway, dog. So we're gonna go ahead and get into a little bit of MLB, man. Okay, you know I'm anti-MLB, T.
You're not a big MLB guy, I know.
But
that.
I'm gonna tell a little story today.
All
And
right.
I just want us to talk about it here.
Okay.
And I heard this on the radio the other day, and I just had to share it because I think it's just so relevant. I didn't think about it.
What's that?
We talk about how fucked up some of the MLB is and some of the teams are, and how they're just not committed to winning.
Right.
And I heard a local guy, we're in Southern California, T, and I heard a local guy the other day talking about Mike Trout. And he's basically saying, look, he's the best player in baseball. He's on one of the teams that he's never had a postseason at bat in 8 years.
Exactly.
At what point do you say, you know what, man, let me trade him and get the King's ransom for him because what I'm doing with him isn't working. And I got so much money tied up in him, I can't build a team. And that's really what it is. They paid him out of the sky this year. So
I don't even think that's their mindset though.
Right, and that's my point. But this guy's saying, what's Mike Trout's thought? At some point, don't you want to win in this league? What is this guy? And yeah, you talk about this guy being the best guy, the best player, but he doesn't have any fire in his belly.
That's the thing.
And if he's just sitting there already 8 years in, and not saying, hey, look, dude, you guys either do something or I'm the fuck out.
And he's perfectly content.
Happy as pie.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you how fucked up that is, right? And that's how fucked up the sport is. Huh?
You got guys like that in every sport, so you can't just say that it's just a baseball thing.
No, this is a very unique situation, T, and there's no one like this because this is the best player hands down. Head and shoulders above everybody. Ask anybody. Anybody who knows anything about pro baseball, the best player out there is Mike Trout.
No, that's true.
Hands down. There's not even an argument of a guy next to him. That's a difference, T. It's not the main guy in every sport saying, I'm good, I'm just here to make money. I don't even want a commercial.
Yeah, he doesn't want any of that.
I don't want nothing.
He wants nothing to do with any of that.
Fuck, dude. That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks for the sport. And that's all I'm going to say on that, man.
You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. But, we just had the trade deadline there, King. And there was some big stuff that happened in the trade deadline. One of the big things that everybody was talking about was the fact that the Dodgers didn't make a splash. They didn't get anybody. Now, they tried. They were trying to go after some guys, but they didn't end up getting that big splash kind of guy, that big name to be able to put
They were going after the pitcher from Pittsburgh, bro.
Right.
And here's what happened, right? So Pittsburgh, here's another idiot team. You got nothing. You got nobody. You're not going to the playoffs. You're not smelling the postseason. And now you ask the moon for a guy who's had 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's doing good. But you can't ask for what you're asking. And then if you don't get him, what's your upside?
Nothing.
Nothing. You just struck out.
But they're perfectly content with that.
Obviously.
Again, another team.
And
that's
they
just
were
content
talking
with
about that too,
mediocrity.
how all these MLB guys have hired all these Moneyball guys who come in and they say it's not worth that value to get this guy up because he still has potential.
Yeah.
And they're just getting stuck in mediocrity, these teams. And it's a lot of them are like that.
Now here's the one that's kind of been bothering me ever since it's happened with this trade at the trade deadline. This was the Astros getting Zach Greinke.
I think that was probably the biggest one.
That was the biggest one. But what's been bothering me is all of a sudden, as soon as that thing was announced, that's it, World Series, Astros. They're giving it to them. And I got a problem with that. Okay, my issue with that is if the Dodgers, which are right now the general consensus to go and represent the National League in the World Series, if you look at the top 3 pitchers from the Astros with Greinke on the mound, and you look at the Dodgers, head to head, the Dodgers pitching staff is better than the Astros pitching staff. Okay, Verlander, you're going to put Verlander up against Hyun-Jin Ryu, right?
No, I wouldn't.
No, but
He's not the number one guy there.
He is right now because he's having a stellar season.
No, he's not, T. He gave up the most home runs in MLB before the break.
Okay.
Their guy is Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole's having a monster season, just broke a record of strikeouts before the break.
Okay.
So that's the guy who replaced Dallas Keuchel.
Right.
So that's the guy who's tearing it up right now. That's their guy. So Garrett Cole will be their number 1 guy. Verlander will be their number 2. Now Greinke is your number 3. You need one more guy in the playoffs.
But look at who Greinke. Okay, look at Greinke's ERA against the Dodgers this year. His ERA versus the Dodgers is 10.76. And his career after leaving the Dodgers is almost 5. I'm not afraid of Greinke. Are you?
It's really not a point of you're afraid of him. You're not looking at this guy's not going to carry them. But what he does as a number 3 guy is he's probably the best number 3 option in the whole league.
Really?
Well, who's better than him as the 3rd starter? I mean, think about it. Are you going to put? I think he's a little bit better than Kershaw. Probably, he's got more heat than him. Still, he pitches better than Kershaw.
Kershaw's got a 2.76 ERA.
Right, but again, too, part of that is because guys are trying to fucking catch up because we're up by 9 runs.
It doesn't matter how it happens.
I understand, T, but again, you're not looking at the game. You're looking at a number and a piece of paper. To me, to have another guy like Greinke added in, yeah, I mean, especially with a team who won the World Series 2 years ago.
Let's put it this way.
They should be pretty much like, at least in their division or whatever it is, the favorite to come out.
Greinke has never been the same since he left the Dodgers.
But you're making a big deal about Greinke. All you did was add one piece.
I'm making
as a third guy.
But listen to what I'm saying.
That would be like saying a backup running back.
But listen to what I'm saying. They just gave the Astros the World Series for adding Greinke.
No, one outlet or Vegas did, whatever it is. Dude.
No, every freaking sports writer, everybody crowned these guys the World Series champs already.
I was listening to ESPN today.
Just put them as the number one.
No, they're not. I just was watching a thing right now, and they're still behind the Dodgers. But the thing is that they jumped up so big. But another thing that has a problem with them is they're hurt. And one of their infielders is hurt, I think Korea. And these guys got to be healthy. Springer's been hurt all year too. And if these guys are going to make a run, they got to get healthy and get in a groove. There's only 50 games left, 45 games left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to me, I think that was the biggest trade deadline move. And it definitely, it put them into contention. Because now instead of two starters that you could sort of lean on a little bit, because their team's good offensively, T. He doesn't need to throw a shutout or a one-run game. He can win with giving up 3 or 4 runs. They score a lot, Houston does. So I think as a number 3 guy, he's the best number 3 starter in the league. He has to be, because he was the number 1 starter in Arizona.
Well, yeah.
But again, you're looking at a number only with the Dodgers. And yeah, his ERA is big, but again, dude, he's on the Diamondbacks. Fuck, dude, it sucks over there.
Yeah,
I mean, really, think about this, too. When he came to the Dodgers, the last 2 years he was in Milwaukee, his shit ballooned. Ballooned over 4.
It did over 4.
And then he comes over here and he's a backup guy, and he blows it up. He can't be the man. He doesn't flourish in that role. But he wanted to get paid again. So he got paid.
He got paid.
Yeah, so he's good now. Let me go try to win a ring. Because I couldn't do that in L.A.
I still like our starters against their starters.
Oh, I mean, I like our team.
Hanji Ryu, Clayton Kershaw, and then Walker Buehler, man. Walker Buehler's having a great year.
No, he is, but he doesn't really. I mean, he has a little bit of playoff experience, but I'm just worried about the bullpen, T.
That's the only thing I'm worried about. That's a big question mark.
Whatever else. We still Dave Roberts' formula is 6 innings.
Yeah.
And our starters only go 6.
Right.
And he's going to use that bullpen.
He is.
And our bullpen's shaky right now, but I think that's enough for the MLB, dog. It's a lot. All right, so we're
it's
gonna
a lot for you. That's for sure. That's a lot for you.
Yeah, for a guy who doesn't like it, I seem to fucking know a lot off the top of my head, right? Anyway, so let's get into what the fuck news.
What the fuck? So what do we got? We got one called "Bull Kills Himself After Having His Horn Set on Fire." Now you and I started talking about this, and we went down this rabbit hole, right? And we started talking about the difference between the two. And you started doing some research on it, and you found different ones than I did. And this is actually kind of more of a common thing that's been going on, right?
Well, I think what it is and what we realize is that this is some kind of ritual they have in a lot of Latin American countries. Spain was a big one. And a lot of these countries are the ones that do bullfighting. And what they do in this ritual is they light these bulls' horns on fire. They light this material on fire. They make balls that are soaked in gasoline or whatever else and stick them on their horn and light them, and it melts their horns off. It catches their faces on fire. It outrages them.
Yeah.
And we started looking at that, and these bulls are actually committing suicide. They're raging. They're hurting people. And there's groups out there now that are trying to stop these rituals because it's like animal cruelty. And reality bullfighting's animal cruelty.
It is, yeah.
You're killing the fucker at the end.
Exactly.
He doesn't win, dude.
It's all animal cruelty.
Yeah, he doesn't win.
You're right.
So, I mean, this is a little bit different. And these folks are trying to stop him. And it's just so popular that it's a cultural thing that they're getting so much resistance, they can't stop it.
So what do you think will kind of change that whole thing? Because you just hit it right there, was with the cultural thing. What will it take as a tipping point? Is it going to take somebody getting seriously hurt? Is it going to take a child to get hurt? I mean, what is it that's going to be that tipping point to change the culture?
There's already been people hurt. There's already been lives lost. So I don't think it's going to change in that culture. I really don't. I think it's just one of those things that it's just going to continue. Hopefully it lessens. You know, because sometimes things in modern days sort of change a little bit.
Right.
But, I mean, it's just different in third world countries and other countries that don't have those middle classes more established. There's more poverty in villages and things like that where they stick to more tradition. So I think when we first talked about this story about this bull killing himself after his horns were set on fire, it sort of touched us to think, hey, you know what, man, there's more to it. And the reality is, I think what we're putting out there is people need to be aware of these things, and maybe you have some relatives in other countries and they're participating in this. I don't think this is that cool, man.
No, it's not cool. It's pretty fucked up, actually.
You know, so we just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. I mean, we're not trying to get political. We're not trying to tell you how to live your life or anything like that. But, man, this just isn't right. This just sucks. You know, and that video that we watched was pretty disturbing on it.
Yeah, no, I absolutely was, man. So, I mean, let's go to the next story, T.
All right. So the next one was a mule was spotted trotting around inside of Ben Gurion Airport in Israel.
Yeah, okay. First of all, how does that fucker get past security, dude?
How does he
get
seriously,
into the front door?
How?
Are their fucking security so fucked up? Like someone was just watching this mule, like, what's that thing gonna do? And he went inside and they're like, fuck it, okay, it's someone else's problem now.
Right. It's not my department.
I mean, fuck, dude. We saw that video too. That thing's just cruising around for a while.
Dude, I don't get it.
I don't either, man. I don't understand. Do you know what? It was looking for that naked dude. Do you remember that one
from
story
Russia?
with a dude who wanted to be more aerodynamic?
Yeah, he was trying to be.
Yeah, he was just going to give him a
aerodynamic.
lift, dog.
Maybe he was, man. But you know what? This is what I don't get. Okay, you see this thing walking around. Can you imagine that mule walking around LAX over here?
Unfortunately, they probably shoot it.
Oh, they probably would. Yeah,
They
you're right.
probably shoot it, dog. I mean, fuck,
It'd
they
be
shoot
on the
people
menu
and
at some
nothing.
restaurant later on that night.
Well, no, Dick. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you know how our cops are around here. They're going to say it was endangering a person.
Yeah, or it charged me or something.
Something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And put it down. I had to put it down.
It's coming right for me.
Yeah, put 8 shots in its head. Sorry.
Sorry, oops.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey.
My hand slipped.
Yeah,
That's
then
crazy,
then
man.
you can have your meal burger
What the
later
fuck,
on.
Israel? Seriously, what the fuck?
Hey,
Get your
I had
shit
a
together.
question though, man.
Yeah.
How many seats do you think it had to buy? Because you know they make big people buy more than one seat, dude. Mules are pretty big,
They're pretty big. They probably had to buy a
Yeah.
whole row.
right?
Yeah.
But they don't sit down anyway, right? They sleep standing up.
They
and
sleep
shit.
standing up, so they had to have the middle row.
Oh, the
You know those
exit
big-
row.
No. You know those big jumbo jets that are the international ones where they have like 3 seats on either side, and then there's like 3 seats in the middle. There's the aisles in between.
Yeah,
So he probably had to be the middle one. With
I
the
think
3
you got an
seats
emergency
standing up.
exit row, dude.
You're
Right.
fucked up.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck. I mean, it's not like you can use a restroom.
Well, he's gonna use it right there.
What if you got a boner in there, dude? Donkey boner, donkey.
Kink or fetish?
That's a kink, dog.
You sure?
What
Couldn't it be a
fetish is
fetish
a
too?
donkey? Because I want a donkey boner.
Yeah.
I want my man hung like a donkey.
Donkey.
I mean, all right, man. So, hey, more power to you, Mr. Donkey. Go for it again, dude. What did they end up doing with the thing? They
You
took
know-
it out of there? You didn't even read that end part.
All right, so yes, actually, they actually he just went right past security, went past the staff. They actually did capture him, and they took him out safe and sanely, and loaded him up into like what are those? Like what they transport horses and all that stuff with, and they took him out of there.
Did they say who he was? I mean,
No.
he just started cruising
He's
around?
just cruising around, man. Just kind of,
Hey, what's up, dog? What's up, donkey?
dude. He just walked right by security. They said.
I just told you, man. You
No,
know,
no. But I mean, the story just kind of verified that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Fuck, he had to.
Yeah, like.
I mean, every
It's
airport
like-
I've ever been all over the world, there's some security at some point.
But what is security gonna do? Think about it.
Hey,
'Cause
bro,
that thing-
let me see your ID. Dude, you don't look like you come from this country, bro.
The do not fly list.
Yeah. You got something from the customs, dog. Freeze, dude.
Right.
Don't move. Don't move. Donkey.
That thing could kick though.
Fuck yeah, I could kick.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
Not
anybody
just
wanted.
kick, but it'll swing his donkey, too.
They can, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I don't think anybody. Do you think he started doing a show,
A donkey show?
donkey show?
In Israel?
I'm just asking.
Possibly.
I mean, right
How
there.
much would you pay to see a donkey show, bro?
I don't. It doesn't exist. It's an urban legend, so I don't know. I mean, fuck. Well, what's the going rate for a donkey show?
I just asked, how much would you pay to
I
see
know,
a donkey
I don't
have
know.
sex with a woman?
I don't know. $50, $100?
Really? That's it? I'm thinking I paid like $500.
Would you?
Yeah, because I want to check it out.
Because of the anomaly of
Well,
it?
when I was in Amsterdam, I saw a sex show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Now, that's pretty open over there, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
They have like sex museums. I went to the sex museum.
Yeah,
and shit.
they do stuff like that. I mean, it's like no big deal over there.
No, they have sex on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Banana.
What?
Well, this dude's dick looked like a banana, bro. That's
Oh,
what
so it's all curved and
Yeah,
bent and
exactly.
everything. Oh, okay. I'm
You know
like,
what I mean?
what
And
the
the chick
fuck?
wasn't that hot, but hey, I mean, they're having sex right there, dude. Right on the stage.
Was the floor sticky?
No.
No?
No, there's
Nothing like
couples
that?
in there, shit like that. You know what I mean? It's,
right.
you know,
Nothing shady or anything.
no. It's not like fucking trench coat and fucking,
Right, yeah. That's
no.
what I'm asking.
Nope, ain't like that.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like a theater.
Oh, so-
like no, more like a. It looked like a club,
Like a club?
comedy club.
Oh,
Where
okay.
there'd be tables set around
Yeah,
with chairs
yeah.
on them and stuff, with the stage in the middle or something.
Right.
Yeah, up in the front. Yeah,
Interesting.
with a chair on it. The dude came out, sat in the chair, pulled his pants down. Next thing you know, here she comes.
And just go to town.
Banana split. So anyway, man, let's go ahead and get
Would
on.
you like some whipped cream on?
Yeah, let's get on to our next one there. What do you got going on,
All right,
T?
so
This
this
is
is a
yours,
new
man.
bit.
Well, this is your bit, dog.
This is
so
my bit.
If it shits, it's on you.
Hey, come on.
Look, dude, you know how I'm just not into bad mouthing any of our listeners, bro.
It's not bad mouthing our listeners. I already told you. So this one is entertainment, Florida or Ohio. So you gotta come on, King. He's over, guys. If you could see this, he's over there.
I just took my shirt off, dog.
Yeah.
Fuck. Why are you making fun of my sexy body, dude?
I do not want to see it.
Oh, fuck.
Dr. X does not want to see it. Look at
It's a
that.
little warm in here. We talked about the AC, man. I'm gonna talk to the manager.
And
man.
talk to him.
I thought Dr. X said he squirted away.
I thought he did.
Fuck, it's hot as fuck in here, Dr. X.
Anyway, so this story's called Florida. This is
Hey, why
Florida,
is he flipping me off right now?
Florida or Ohio. Okay?
All right.
And I'm going to read you 6 stories.
All right.
All right, and you have to guess, is it Florida or Ohio? All right?
All right, dog.
All right, you gotta guess.
All right, dog. I'm just saying.
All right. Pet boa constrictor nearly strangles its owners. Firefighters cut off the snake's head to save the owner. So police were forced to decapitate a boa constrictor in Sharif Lake after a pet wrapped itself around the owner and started to bite her face. While the boa's death was an unfortunate loss for the community, its owner can take solace in her 10 other pet snakes, 9 pythons, and one boa constrictor. So is this Florida or Ohio, King?
I'm gonna say, fuck, that's a little fucked up. But I'm gonna go ahead and say this is Florida.
Wrong. This is actually Ohio.
I was trying to actually Google the city because you said the city, dumbass, right? What'd you say?
No.
What was it? Lake what? Or
See?
Sheriff Lake?
No, it's
Sharif?
actually, I said Sharif on purpose, but it's Sheffield Lake. But I said Sharif because I knew you were going to do that.
Oh yeah, look, I Googled Sharif
See?
Lake. Dog.
See? I know you. See how I know you?
Shut up, man.
All right.
Fuck.
A candidate.
All right, so wait a minute. So I'm 0 for 1 right now.
You're over.
That's fucking bullshit.
With
dude.
a
All right, man. All right,
A
man.
candidate for the House of Representatives believes aliens abducted her. Bettina Rodriguez Aguilera is running for the
Florida.
White House.
Shit, dude, because of her name, dog. There's nobody named that in Ohio, bro. Fuck. Come on, dog. That's an easy one, dude, right? Fuck. Exactly. Come on, Dick. You can't do that. You just got to say a lady.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah,
you're
that's
1
a
for
dead
1.
giveaway.
You're 1 for 1. Okay.
Sheriff Lake.
Sharif.
Whatever the fuck it was. Sharif.
Elderly man caught masturbating in McDonald's parking lot claims his privacy was invaded. Okay.
Is that
So-
in Long Beach? Oh, no, it's me. Sorry.
It was you.
All right. Sorry, dog.
When deputies arrived, they found a man later identified as Spencer Toner sitting in a Mercedes-Benz looking at pornography pictures on a small laptop while masturbating. The deputy knocked on the window of the Mercedes. Toner immediately shut off his laptop and rolled down his windows. Toner told the deputies that he was there to get a bite to eat. Toner told them he was homeless and living out of his car and that they were invading his privacy. So is this Florida or Ohio?
Florida. Correct. Yeah, man. It just sounds like some Florida monkey would do. I mean, think about the what you're saying, and it's sort of true. If you're homeless and you live in your car, that's sort of your car. Just because they can see in your house,
but you're in a public place.
Yeah, but it's
not like you're parked like on a
No, but you still have the rights, dude, to privacy.
I don't think you do though. I don't know. What do you get?
That's a lot of nuts.
You get like blinds. I mean, do you put like some like kind of like shades up or something?
Why haven't you seen those cars where
yeah,
folks do that?
That's what I'm asking. Why not put something like that?
But dude, if you're living in your car, you know you're not getting any.
Oh no, you're not.
You gotta stroke the monkey.
You gotta do something,
dude,
right?
I'd be peppering my window all night long. Fucking dream catchers all over the window, bro.
All right, so you're
dream catcher.
You're 2 for 1 right now.
No, I'm 2 and 1, not 2 for 1.
I'm sorry, 2 and 1. My bad. Right. 2 and 1. All right.
You got to pay double for that action, Cotton. Right, go ahead, Doc.
Dash cam video. Mom takes lawnmower from an Aldi and leads police on a chase. A mother took the police on chase with her son inside of a car after allegedly stealing a lawnmower from an Aldi store. We have so many questions about this. Is this Ohio or Florida?
Okay, dog, let's try that one again. You chopped up that story, and it's really hard for me
I had to chop it up because I'm trying to edit on the fly.
Then,
so a mother took
Stop. We'll edit. So just start again. Try it again. What's the next one, bro?
Dash cam video. Mom takes a lawnmower from an Aldi and leads police on a high-speed chase.
So she took a dash cam?
No, dash cam video is the name of it. Okay.
Okay.
Mom takes a lawnmower from an Aldi and leads police on a chase.
Isn't Aldi a grocery store?
Yes.
How do you get a lawnmower?
It's either Florida or Ohio. I'm sure over there they sell it. Over here they don't. We're in Cali.
Ohio. Correct. Yeah, man. I mean, okay, first of all, they probably drive lawnmowers over there like a car.
They do in Florida too.
Why? Because you're talking about Adam Sandler?
But Mama Shay.
No, that was in Florida. That was Louisiana.
That was Louisiana.
Close, man. It was only a couple states away.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Well, the Gator Bowl or whatever they played in was in Florida. Remember, they went through the Everglades.
She took the airboat.
Yeah, they went through the Everglades.
Yeah, my mama.
Mama Shay.
All right, man. So right now, I'm guaranteed that I'm not going to be below 500, bro.
That's true. That is true.
So if I get one more right, I am guaranteed a winning record in your game.
Yes.
So you got to make these things harder for me, dog.
Well, okay, so this is
these
the
are
last
pretty
one.
easy, dude.
This
Especially
is
the Florida one.
Right.
Okay. The one with the girl's name.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
so this is the last one.
The last one. What do you mean? It's 5 or 6?
6.
Well, then I'm 3 and 1. How's that the last one?
No.
Yeah, you just told me I was 3 and 1.
You're right. Sorry. All right,
dude.
My bad.
Okay, do we got to hold up numbers?
Do you want
flashcards?
Do you want me to take off all my?
I'm just asking, man.
Do you want me to take off all my clothes to count to 21?
It'll be 20 and a half, Doug. Go ahead, man. Finish your shit.
Cockroach eating competition, man choked to death. A man choked to death in October after eating dozens of live cockroaches in a contest to win a python. The body of Edward, and he was 32 years old, tested negative for drugs, and the medical examiner ruled the death an accident caused by asphyxia.
All right, so the first story was about a python or something too, and I was wrong, and I said that it was in Florida.
Correct.
So my obvious answer should be Ohio because it's typically that's where that shit is.
Right.
But I'm just gonna go and fuck myself again and say this is in Florida. Correct. Yeah. It's a common sense thing, man.
I mean, what kind of competition to eat cockroaches is that? I don't get that.
I don't know, but I mean, unless it's a lot of money, I'm thinking like, why would I even do that?
Dude, they had 30 people competing in this thing.
What was the prize?
It didn't say what the purse was.
Fuck that. Although I did eat peel bugs in Korea.
Yeah, but did you do it for a competition? I mean, can you imagine Joey Chestnut eating cockroaches?
No.
No.
Oh, he'd figure out a way to fucking devour those
He
fucking
probably
things,
would, man. But
dude, did you see that 30 for 30 about him and Kobe? Wait a minute. Fuck all that, dude. I'm fucking won your game.
all right, we got
just
one last one.
But I'm 4-1 right now,
You're
dog. I
4-1.
missed the first one.
You did.
And I know when I missed that first one, you're like, I got this fucking guy.
I kind of did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And now I just made a run on you.
All
dog.
right, you did. All right, one
So
last
even
one.
if I fuck this one up, I'm way good.
That's fine.
All right, man.
Okay, there is an Instagram account that is devoted to piss jugs. So the next time you see a water bottle, soda can, or jug of piss on the side of the road, you know where to submit the photo. While this account is a departure from your typical Instagram type of like fit tea or sugary hair vitamins, they've massed 600 followers as the account owner is told Scene, we are all hobbies.
All right, again, I don't get that last
That's
sentence, but yeah,
that's
I
what he-
understand what you're saying. So, I mean, I understand what the words you're saying, but I didn't get that. But
No, the guy.
so
that's what he said.
basically, what they're saying is the guy who started this Instagram page, what state did he come from?
Yeah.
Right, because that was never really said. So,
Well, that's the whole fucking game.
huh? Well, yeah, I know, but you just talked about a guy. Well, I mean, I was waiting for like something to come out, like he's gonna do something or he did this, but it just stopped.
He started an Instagram account about piss jugs.
Florida. All right, man. So I'm still good, right?
You're 4 for 2. You're
No.
4 and 2. That's fine, dude.
4 for 2.
4 and
Cost
2.
extra
I
cotton.
fucking
It
corrected
cost
myself,
extra
you
cotton.
cocksucker.
Cotton. That cost extra cotton. All right, man. So that was Florida or Ohio. We're sorry to all the listeners in Florida and Ohio.
I'm not.
For making it seem like we're poking fun at you guys, but
I am.
it was just a good old fun. All right, so what do we got next?
That's it, King.
Well, fuck, dude, you just fucking killed these fucking people in Florida, dude.
That's okay. They do it to themselves.
Wow, man, you gotta stop
Listen, really fast, okay? While I was trying to do some research for this, I came across a whole website that was devoted to who is more fucked up, Florida or Ohio. That wasn't me. This was going back to 2013.
Oh, yeah, I know you shared that with me, man.
Come on. So I'm not the only one. There's subreddits about this stuff. Okay? I'm just bringing it to light. That's all I'm doing. I'm sharing with the masses.
All right, man. I think you're still picking on him, dog. You don't have to jump on that train, dog.
Why not?
Choo choo, motherfucker.
Choo,
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Chigga, 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 chigga.
You fellas sure you want to ride this train? Choo choo, motherfucker. You don't remember that?
No, what's that from?
Hancock.
Oh, okay.
He got arrested, right? Remember, he couldn't be held in a cell, but he did it to sort of,
Yeah.
going to be turned to a good guy. And he's trying to walk through the prison, and all these guys are like forming around him. He's like, oh, okay, I get it. I probably put most of you in here. But you know what, man? I'm just going to do me, and let you do you. So, excuse me, please. There was this big dude in front of him. Excuse me, pretty please. And this other guy goes up to him. Who do you think you are in here, motherfucker? So, bro, if you guys don't move, I'm going to take your head. I'm going to stick it up his ass. The guy looks at him like, really, bro? So Hancock tells him, you really want to ride this train? The guy goes, chew. And before he can say the second chew, you hear the pants rip. And you just see everybody's face.
He fucking put his hand up his ass.
Yeah, and the dude's walking around like fucking with his dude's fucking head up his ass, dude. You got to see that movie, bro.
I gotta see that.
Fucking
dude.
Hancock's the shit.
Is
dude.
it really?
Yeah, it's fucking good, man. Jason Bateman's in that movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's like the main character with Hancock. And hot chick too. Fuck, I can't think of her name right now. But a hot white chick, older white chick that a lot of guys like.
Yeah.
You know, we see them in a lot of shit. Who was the chick who played Monster?
Oh, fuck. Don't ask me that type of shit. I don't know.
Oh,
Is it Charlize Theron?
Charlize Theron.
There you go.
Yeah, Charlize Theron.
Fuck,
was a
I
good
did
one,
know it.
dog. That was
Hey.
good, dog.
All right.
Yeah,
Pulled that one.
and it wasn't a white chick named Debbie.
I just hit my mic right now, guys, because I can't.
Anyways, dog, that's an inside joke, a little Cheech and Chong thing we were listening to earlier, man. You know, Cheech and Chong's got some good stuff out, bro. I'm just saying that.
Oh, we're going to have to talk about them at some point, man.
Yeah, man. So, what do we got now, T?
That's it. That's a close.
We already closed up? Yeah, because you were sitting there talking about the white girl named Debbie, dude.
You did, not me.
All right, man. So thanks to everybody for sticking around, man. It was a little bit lengthy. T got going, man. I really liked that Ohio, Florida bit, dude. I just didn't like the piss jug thing. I got stuck. I was waiting for the end of it, but then you got a little shitty with me, man. Just, you know why? Because I kicked your ass in that game. You thought you were going to have me, bro.
All right.
You did, right?
All right. Well, next time we do it, I'm going to have to bring it even harder.
Well, you better, dog. That was just too easy for me.
All right.
I mean, okay, the first one, yeah, but once after I got the first one, I sort of got it.
You kind of got it.
And I threw the second one at you as a little bit of threw a little, biscuit to you.
No. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, dog. A little bone to you.
I appreciate it.
So that's going to wrap us up, man. We're going to say thanks again to everybody. Visit our website, www.thedoublei.show.com.
Don't forget to visit our Patreon, www.patreon.com/The Double I Show. And King, now we have Twitter and a Facebook page.
Right on, man. So also visit our website and look at our new sponsor on there. We got a taco guy on there. We pubbed him earlier in the show.
Yep.
So go ahead and take a look, guys.
It's got some good stuff, too.
Not just that. If you're in Southern California, man, you got to use the guy.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget, mention the Double I Show, and you're going to get a discount.
That's right, man. You get a 10% discount for saying double or double I when you call them up. You get a 10% discount. Whatever you guys want, this guy will get for you. It's the shit.
Hey, can I get a better discount than that?
Well, we got it for free, dog. I don't know how the discount was, man. Our dinner was pretty good today.
Well, it was delicious. I loved it.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That shit was grub, man.
So I'm going
to get fatter than I am right now.
Oh, no, man.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, dude, we got some boxers we got to try on from our new sponsor.
Oh, that's for a later time. We don't want to talk
about
it
I'm
right
still
now.
going to talk about the underwear, dog.
Oh, I know. I know you got excited when we got those.
Yeah, man. I think
you saw them and your eyes lit up.
Yeah, so I'm going to check that shit out tonight, dude. I got a new pair of underwear because I had to free ball it today, dude. I wasn't able to do any laundry this week.
Yeah, that sounds like a really bad issue.
Well, fuck, dude. It's a little sweaty in here, dog.
Well, why don't you just buy some more if you don't have enough?
My shit's expensive, dude.
Oh, because you're an expensive bitch?
Yeah, man. My underwear's $20 a pop.
That's not expensive. It's about what mine costs.
I got 5 pairs is $100.
Yeah, I know.
I got 5 pairs.
Yeah.
I got a backup pair of those Hanes X-Temp.
Right.
But man, I work in a refrigerator, bro.
All right.
The X-Temp can't do it.
So it seems like you're going to have to buy a couple extra pair.
Fuck, dog. They're $20 a pop.
But you should at least have 7. You always have one for every day of the week.
I could flip one.
You should turn it inside out.
Yeah, I just didn't do that.
You're going to put it outside the window or something and hang it outside the window? Is that what you're going to do?
No, I just flip it. I don't need to hang nothing. I'll pull it right out of the hamper and flip that fucker. Spray some cologne on
You're
it.
fucking
ready to go, dog. But we're going to go ahead and close up with that. Thanks to everybody for sticking around. Dr. X, good job. Hot as fuck in here. Let's take care of this for next week, guys. I am R.W. King. He is
Sweet Tea.
For Incoherent Idiocy.
We are
out.
From California.
Checking in from the left coast where we take sound that combines sunshine with rhyme, move 'em around. Take it slow, watch the smoke we blow. Bring California swing and this thing for show. Well, hey there, baby doll, dance the go-go. Off a little mentally, I see it in slow-mo. Hollywood, the east side, Hub City and Frisco. Calles to the playas, fires up in the disco. Whoa, whoa, oh, now here we go. Mira, delincuentes, bum rush the show. Aquí in Cali, with trees so sweet and these habits.